All right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome back from lunch. Go ahead and get rolling with our next speaker. It is Mr. Mark Pudge Gjormand. This is Coach Gjormand's 31st year at James Madison High School in Vienna, Virginia. He is a member of the National Coaches Hall of Fame 2020. He has spoken at numerous conferences and clinics, including the ABCA. So let's give a round of applause for Coach Gjormand.
Man, that was outstanding. There you go. So, thanks for having me. This is awesome. I love doing these. I've had the great opportunity, been blessed to speak. Last year, as you can see, you're going to see some ABCA stuff on here. I got to speak on the national stage. I've done a number of state conferences. And if you can make it out of Texas talking to those guys, you can pretty much do any state conference. So, felt pretty good about that. But the ABCA was a great opportunity. The problem was they moved me to Sunday. I was on Friday originally on the main stage. I moved to Sunday, which means only 25 people saw it. So the 10,000 you see on Friday aren't there on Sunday when snow's coming in. So I figured I'm going to roll with two of them today. I'm going to give you a ton of stuff, okay, that you'll be able to take out of here. I think you'll enjoy it. And this one, we're going to talk about top team drills that build competitive fire maximum and maximize practice time. Eddie's going to be, Coach he'll be handing out some cards too. I want to talk to you guys a little bit before we start the next segment about what we're doing. I'm partnered up with Billy Wagner, Hall of Famer, on the Global Baseball Coaches Network. So we'll talk about that after. So we've got a lot to cover. Our second segment today, we'll take, if you guys need a break, we'll take a break. If not, we'll take 5 minutes, whatever. But the second segment we're going to get into today will be where I get into, it's going to kind of piggyback off this, but it's going to be more individualized. We're going to talk hitting approach, hitting. Again, I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm a high school coach, okay? Had opportunities to go to the next level, just like I'm sure a few of you guys have had. Okay, I'm a high school guy. I love being a high school guy. And, so many times now with social media, we get caught up in talking about the pro guys. And, this guy teaching this guy teaching. If you go on X, you can watch anybody go to war. That's why we started Global Network. It's a safe place. Think of it as a LinkedIn for baseball coaches from pro ball to college to high school. So we just, safe place where we can talk baseball. We're going to get into that today. First thing I want to tell you, okay, let's get into this. I've been coming down to South Carolina for a long time. 1998, back when Wando High School was where Lucy Beckham High School is. And we played on Wando's field, was the field where Lucy, although the field looks a lot nicer now with Lucy Beckham. And anyway, but now that it's Lucy Beckham, they've done a lot of work. We played there last year when we were in town for the HIT. But I want to tell you a story about 2002, because I think this is one of the coolest things that ever happened. 2002 was our national championship run. That was our national championship team. Only team in state history finished undefeated. We went 29-0. Okay, and I just watched what Cincinnati did. And Coach Signetti had brought back some incredible memories from that, because the stress of doing that in baseball is crazy insane, right? Baseball America honored us a couple years ago with one of the top 50 teams of all time and #1 in Virginia history, which is really cool. But before that season, it's ironic. I had a young man who moved into town from, I think he was from Fort Dorchester, maybe. His name was Gjormand Reeves, okay? And Gjormand ended up going to play football at Clemson. He was a kick returner. If you guys remember him. Well, Gjormand, he came up and we get a lot of kids moving because of the Pentagon. We're 20 minutes from those political places on the planet, right? And so anyway, he came up, and what people don't know is he got married. Okay, he got married when he was 18 years old, came up, had 1 year left, and he was moving up with his in-laws that were literally going to, the dad was going to work at the Pentagon. So he comes in, I knew of him, but he comes in and he says, Coach, he says, hi, my name's Gjormand. I just wanted to tell you that I'm moving in. We're going to be up here, we're going to be here full time starting next week. Well, it's 2 days after tryouts start. And we're pretty good. I got the whole team back. We didn't know we were going to win a national title. We're going to be pretty good. So I said, son, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it, because I've got everybody back. I mean, it's going to be tough. This is a really good squad. And he's like, well, Coach, like I said, I got married. I'm up here. I'm in a weird situation. And anyway, I just like, can you give me a look? I said, you know what? I'm going to bring you out. So you come in tomorrow. I'll tell you this. Here you go. You're coming in town on Monday. You're going to miss Tuesday. So why don't you show up Tuesday morning? We had indoor cages. Come on in. and I'm gonna give you a quick tryout. 6 o'clock, because school starts at 7:20, don't be late, I need you to be there right at 6. I'll have, what position you play? How are you gonna, because, well, I pitch, I play center field, and I'm a switch hitter. He said, I'm intrigued. I'm like, oh, let's go. Switch hitter. I looked at my pitching coach. I was like, you gotta give this kid a look. He's like $150. He's got some arms on him, but he's got the earring in, and he looks the part. And I said, well, Gjormand, what's your wife's name? He says, it's Lisa. I said, okay. He said, all right, you're married to Lisa. Never had a player married. That's good. And so I said, okay. So I said, well, you pitch. Which side? Right here, left hand? Because this is the craziest part of the whole thing. He goes, both. I'm ambidextrous. I'll throw both hands. And I said, well, okay. So he comes in. I said, look, 6 o'clock. Don't be late. Tuesday morning. If I like you, I'll give you another tryout at the end of the week with the players on the field. Okay. So anyway, long story short, Tuesday morning comes 6:05. No Gjormand. 6:10. No Gjormand. 6:12. He comes running in. Okay. Like, hey man, 6:12. It's not a good start. What are we doing? He said, sorry, coach, I apologize. I won't, my fault. Just once in a while, I'm 10 or 15 minutes late for practice. And I go, it's the weirdest start ever. So anyway, I said, why don't you get on the mound? I got Matt there, my catcher, I got my pitching coach. He gets loose quickly. He's 85 from the right side. Flips it to the left side, he's 87. We're like, might not be that good. He's pretty damn good. And he's pounding it, like, get. So then, I'm like, man, okay. So I looked at my pitch coach, goes, bring him back in tomorrow morning. Let's see him again, because we don't have time, he's late today. So Gjormand, come in tomorrow morning, okay? And you can't be late. You got to be here at 6 because now we don't have enough time. So I need to see you again tomorrow morning. I want to see you hit. Come in here, we'll bring the cage down. Coach counts to throw BP, and I need to see you swing from both sides. Because can you run? He goes, oh, I can run. I said, okay, 6 o'clock. He goes, all right, coach, but I might be 10 or 15 minutes late for practice. Whatever, get here. So the next day comes, sure enough, 8 minutes after, okay, he comes rolling in, he gets in, he hits, left-handed, right-handed, and he's just wearing it out. I mean, wearing it out. So we bring him over, I'm like, I gotta make a decision. I look at him, I go, Joe, I said, Joe, I get it. I understand that the right-handed hit left-handed, off right-handed, right-handed off left-handed pitch, left-handed off right-handed pitch, but how do you decide, like, what arm you're gonna throw with each day? Is it matchups? Like, how'd your goal coach? He goes, well, it's pretty simple, coach. When I wake up, if Lisa sleeps on her, if she's on her right side, I throw right-handed. If she's on her left side, I throw left-handed. I said, well, what happens if she's on her back? He goes, I'm 10 or 15 minutes late. Anyway, so, sorry about that. I had to start with that. So, anyway, I figured we could get away with that down in South Carolina, in Texas, and down south. It's okay. I do that up north. They shoot me out. So anyway, Gjormand Reeves, true story though. I use that name because it was one of the coolest things. HIT tournament, they used to have a home run derby, and he came out. This dude came out. He's a shorter guy, if you remember him. He was chiseled. Didn't have a short t-shirt on, just the vest, and came out and was just hitting. Hand-to-hand high school is not the biggest field, we all know, but he was just hitting bombs. Anyway, so I always thought that was just a great name to use. So that's not a true story. And so Gjormand, if you're here, sorry, but I need to use it. So let's get into it. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun. All right. Okay, here we go. Prepare to perform. Okay, this is, again, you guys might like some stuff, you might not. That's all good. A lot of this stuff we've taken over the years. It's stuff we've made our own. Proud of our program. We won 54 championships in my 30 years. We lost COVID. And that's what we're proud of, is the consistency of what we built as a program, not a team, but a program. So the plan is vital. Okay, having a plan. It's like an architect every year. I had a wonderful opportunity, I will name drop, to meet with Coach Mike Krzyzewski years ago. And I asked him one question I had, because I've been blessed to be around some wonderful coaches and mentored by some guys. And I asked him, that undefeated season kind of serves as a tone every year. Like, how do you get away from that? Like, I don't want every team to feel like they have to live up to that, or it's a failure. He goes, every year is a new year. You guys are high school coaches. Every year is a new year. You got to take it, and you got to tell those kids you want to win with them. You want to win that one with them. So it starts with a plan. We put the plan together. We start in September at the weight room. I give them the summer. We run like a college program pretty much within the rules of what we do. Okay, we talk about the practice plan now. When we go to the field, whether it's we have green days, out of season practices. I don't know what the rules are down here, but you guys are on the field already, I think. So the practice plan, I tell my players, I meet with them at the beginning. I tell them it's like Picasso. Okay, Rembrandt, I can sell this practice plan. I want them to believe in it, right? It's art, but it starts with tempo and pace. The plan's only as good as the tempo and pace and the energy you guys practice with. We don't stand around. Okay, our goal is 3 hours of practice, 3.5 hours of practice, and 1:45 to 2 hours per set. Okay, and we don't dumb run at the end unless they deserve the dumb run. I'm not saying we have a little game called Rumford. I'll explain what that means at the end. I can't say it aloud. Okay, confident communication and IQ. All right, I don't want just talking to talk. I want to see great energy, but I want communication. I want them calling stuff out, talking to each other, especially starts with my catcher, my shortstop. Train it to trust it, okay? We're going to train it. There's one sign I have at our batting cage, next to our dugout when you walk in the gate, it says, train it, points to the cage, just trust it, points to the field, okay? That's where we got to have it. We need to trust it when we're on the field, when we get out of the classroom, whatever we do. When we're on the field, we got to trust, okay? And then momentum is real. You guys know that. I mean, the mojo is a real thing, okay? And so we're going to teach them adversity, how to deal with adversity, but we're going to really work off momentum, all right? Here we go. This was about 110 pounds ago. That was me. I lost a lot since then. I still have about 80 more look human, okay? But I literally destroyed some little kid on that pile, okay? He got annihilated. So, poor kid, but that was after, that was Triantos. We had Bryce Eldridge, who's with the Giants, Triantos with the Cubs. That was a hell of a team at 21. They dyed their hair blonde. They said, Coach, you're going to dye your hair blonde? I said, not a chance. I said, but I'll tell you, they go, what if we win the state championship? I'll dye my hair blonde. And I was the worst looking fat blonde ever. So, okay, pressure. There's two things you can do with pressure. Feel it or you can apply it. Okay, we choose to apply it at all times. Okay, we do everything in our power. We look at pressure. We talk about pressure. We talk about the focus point. Don't shy away from it because it is real. There's a difference between the first inning and the 7th inning, or the 10th inning, or the 14th inning, whatever rabbit hole you go down. Okay, but again, we want to apply it. Offense is execution. Pride plays defense. Pitching is both. That's the way it's a football mentality. I used to coach football. Our football program hit a wall back in 2010. Principal called me in, said, appreciate your heading up the panel. I see who you want as the head coach. I'm not ready to do that, so you're going to be the head coach. I'm going to be the head coach. He's like, yep, you're coming out of retirement. Go talk to your wife. Tell her 2 years. I need 2 years. You're going to take the guy you like who played at NC State. Hell, football guy. He just wasn't ready for PR. He's passed away since, but the PR part, which you guys know about, or what I call the CEO effect. So anyway, long story short, I went and saw my wife, wanted her to tell me no, not a chance, because we had 3 kids. One of which my daughter's at the College of Charleston. She's coaching. She's the general manager there with Chad. And Beth looked at me, she goes, what are you afraid of? I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. So I ran the football program for 2 years, built the staff. I got out after 2, and since then, in the last 6 years, they've won 6 straight regional championships. And when I say that, I'm proud of the staff. One of my pitching coaches is now the head coach. Okay, so again, coaching is coaching. So baseball-wise, though, we talk about the football mindset. Okay, we get after hard, but we're going to control 90 feet. I'm going to simplify in every aspect. I think today, to every kid, they go like, I thought Eric was great last night. I thought the staff this morning was great. They talk about all the right things, but that's a college game. It's just different. It's a little bit different. You'll see as we go through these 2 talks. But in its simplest form, everybody asks, you guys won 80% of your games over the years. That's amazing how you do that. And it comes down to, I've never deviated from keeping it, controlling 90 feet. I learned that a few years ago from Pat McMahon, one of the best in the business, great mentor, controlling 90 feet, defending it, and winning 90 feet. That's our point. But now, if I get a 180, a 270, or 360 to plate, I'm good with that. Okay, great. But we got to win 90 feet. It's on base for us. Okay, that way we can apply pressure. Individual growth drills, moment of truth. That's from my Purple Rain nights there, Dan. Okay, on the karaoke stage. All right, so we have some fun. We have a lot of fun doing it. Moment of truth. And this is what I'm going to share. We're going to start getting into some of this right now. When I play this, it's not going to come over to bigly, so you may not be able to hear it real well, but I want to share it with you because I think it's really good stuff. Okay, because we do a lot of classroom stuff, and a lot of the teaching we do, okay, the mental side of the game, the leadership part, which is vital, starts for us in September. Because every year the seniors leave, and if they did their job, like last year, we had epic leadership. This year, we don't return a lot of starters, but we return a lot of talent. So we got to move. We got to get these guys, get the right people in the right seats on the bus, right? And so you'll hear about, we're going to talk about, but the past, present, future, moment of truth is when I actually, let me go back to that. Moment of truth, which you'll hear, is when I will literally put them in the weight room and I will say, we did it this year as early as we ever done. Did it September 19th. And I said, hey, we're a couple weeks in. I said, who wants to take a shot? Give me a senior that's working harder than you thought he would coming back. He seems like he's on a mission. And one of my junior catchers, and he throws a little bit, he said, Coach, I got one. I said, yeah, what do you got, JP? He said, I want to say Trent. Trent, because Trent's a kid that was great as sophomore year last year. He got caught up trying to control what he could, which was the depth chart. And he was so worried about where he fit in, he never really fit in, okay? Which was sad. But this offseason, he worked at it. This fall, he had a great fall. And so now Trent's working his ass off. His kid squats almost 400 pounds. It's ridiculous. He ain't a big kid. But JP said, I said, okay, well now flip that moment of truth. JP, give me somebody in here that if he actually worked harder, could be an absolute dude for us this spring. And he said, Coach, that's easy. Can I name two? I'm like, oh shit, we're going to call out two of our seniors. Let's go! Because I encourage you. We're going to talk openly. And here's what, what does every high school kid do? They look at that kid when they give advice or try to talk to him or lead him. Shut up, man. Like, mind your own business. Do your thing. Do you. No. That's not how we're going to work. So JP said, Jimmy and Luke, by the way, are two top pitchers coming back, and they're both pretty damn good, but one of them can throw 92. He's a lab animal. You know what I'm talking about? He's one of those works in the pitching lab without the scoreboard, like Eric said. His balls haven't dropped yet, okay? But they're about to, okay? Jimmy just kind of rolls, comes easy. He's that left-hander, and everything's fun. He's the youngest kid, 4 sisters. He never had a chance, but he's a good player. They're both going to go play in college. So anyway, he called me out. He said, man, if you two started working, we're going to be legit. We're going to be there. And then my sophomore right-hander, who's a stud, and the junior who just committed to William Marion, they go, Coach, can we say something? First, I go, Josh, you go first sophomore. He goes, I just want to tell those two because they don't look too happy about what JP said. I'm going to tell them the truth because if you guys aren't ready to be the number one, just know, guys, I got this. I'm going to be handling it. And then my left-hander, the junior, said, Coach, I want to be number one. So I looked, I said, fellas, you can feel sorry for yourself. Your teammates are telling you the truth right now. Anyway, it's pretty cool. So what I would encourage you to do is open up that dialect in that room because when you say it, Coach just doesn't like me. He's got a built-in excuse. When your teammates say it, totally different animal. Okay, especially when it's the younger guys. Team abs, conditioning, everything we do with a purpose. And I think that's real important. I want when younger kids come and watch us practice, we're writing a note right there. You have to cross through. Everybody sees what we're doing. I love when people come watch us practice, but everything we do with intent. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. This is Nico. He's decommitted from James Madison University to go to a D2 school because Billy Wagner's involved with the D2 school. Okay, and at Fairmont University where Billy played. And anyway, this is pretty cool. If you can, hopefully you can hear it. If not, I'll kind of cover it. So, oh, that's how do I get that? How do I play on this thing? Is Matt here? No? All right, well, we're not going to do that. So what Nico said here is, I'll just tell you. Nico talked to the room. There's 7 kids in there you can't see. Underclassmen, everybody. This is we do the room on Fridays when we address each other. If you've ever seen a movie called The Game Stands Tall, it's about De La Salle football. True story, tremendous movie. I actually rented a movie theater in 15, before our 15 state title. Rented the movie theater, had the Paris players come and watch that movie because it's so been based on culture. Nico talked to him that day. This was early in the year last year. He graduated. He's a stud. He's a kid who walked it off in the hand-to-hand invitation last year, championship, it up all over damn houses. But he just told him, look, this is what we're about. Pick up your trash. Like, we do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Okay? We don't need somebody. You know what? We're going to be held to a higher standard here because we always have a target on our back. Teams are going to dogpile when they beat us here, and the chances are we're going to lose. It was just a great talk. I wish you could hear it give, and it's no bullshit. It's a real. Oh, here it is.
It's not about, going out there talking shit. It's more about going out there playing your game, working 8-9 pitch at bats, stealing second base, going first and third, doing the right right thing. It's about, being humble, not being cocky, not going out there saying you're the best. I mean, that's what makes us Madison, doing the right thing by picking the trash up in the cafeteria or, putting a chair back, stacking a chair, helping a janitor. I mean, the little things that matter.
It's been beautiful. I mean, there's things that you can do better, there's things you can learn from yourself. There's no off-season, this is the pre-season, right? About the conflict, right? We're talking about the conference, we're talking about how competitive it's going to be. Like, we expect it's going to be competitive, and that's how we approach everything. If that doesn't change, we should work so hard in practice that the game slows down. The game
To play that I was trying to play every single game, trying to do my best for the team. Not just for me, because I already know what's good, not good as a teammate. So I was trying to pick up everyone. I was trying to help the young guys. If they have any question, I was trying to always give that extra percent that I did.
This young man didn't speak English when he got here from Venezuela his freshman year. He's amazing story.
Ourselves that standard. Can we keep that going? Can we be comfortable in uncomfortable situations? The one more way to learn that is you gotta play, you gotta do it.
Okay, so this is Chase Dorsey, my shortstop. He returns this year. He's going to play University of Maryland. He's going to be a draft pick. We'll see where he falls this year, but this kid, this was last year at the beginning of his junior year, and he's going to talk. The year before we lost his junior year, he was a short. He didn't have a very good game. He got caught up. He was focused on the stuff that didn't matter, as our team was. We were young. And the team, we had them. We were winning 4-0. We were up 3-0. We ended up losing 4-3 late. And Chase is a dressing room past, present, future. Now, this is another game where I'll give them a scenario. This is on Friday, and his was the pass. And he talks about the mistakes that he made in that game. He owned it. I thought this was great.
Last season, and against McLean, I was kind of psyching myself out crazy before the game. For some reason, that game was just different to me. It wasn't like any other game. And I was going into the game, I was just really nervous for some reason and just psyching myself out. And throughout the game, I think I was just thinking to myself a bunch of what if scenarios, or trying to predict what would happen if I did something instead of staying in the moment. And it eventually costed us. Instead of staying in the moment, I was just thinking about the future and thinking about what I could have done before. And I just think I wasn't like what I was for the past couple of years.
Best players are leaders. That's something good that means our team's going to be good.
He's our bullpen catcher. He still has a voice in the room.
From last season, maybe not wanting to be a leader is a hard thing to do. So I feel like everyone has been leading and setting a good example for the classmen of how they should be working and everything. I'm proud of the classmen. That definitely worked.
This is a typical day in our weight room today. This is the kid Trent that I was telling you about. He's coming back and working at it. He's going to be a stud for us this year. He just got caught up on it last year. But this is the energy every lift today at 3 o'clock. We'll be long tossing, and we'll be in the weight room with all kinds of energy today while I'm down here. Okay, so again. So let's get into the drill part that you guys are going to take with you. Top defensive drills. You can QR code this, and I would recommend you do it. If you do that, every drill that I'm about to talk about and show you, okay, because it's going to get caught up. I got so much I want to give you guys. I'm going to give you overload. But every drill is going to be on a YouTube that my daughter Samantha put up. I promise you I didn't, because I don't even know how to turn that on. So anyway, Samantha, I called her to College of Charleston to help me with this. So if you got that, you can also, and we'll talk about later, Global Network, thousands of drills just like this. All our coaches that are members, we all share content, and you can pick up practice plans. I mean, it's the greatest thing we've done. So anyway, 3 alignments. I heard them talking this morning about shifts. We do over shift. We will shift against certain teams. Again, this is high school baseball. You just heard those guys talking. That's what high school players are talking about. That's what they're thinking. What I didn't tell you about Chase Dorsey, the kid going to Maryland right there, by the way, is we came back and played that same team. We waited a year because they came and they talked a lot. We didn't forget. We had a chip built up for a year. They went on to win the state title. We had that effect on them. This past year, we beat him 10-0 in 5 innings in a regional championship. He was 3 for 3 with an absolute bomb in the center field. So I'd say he improved over the year. So we learned from that loss. Okay, so 3 alignments, we call it balance as our normal defensive set. Same thing you guys would play normally. Okay, if we have a team that likes to pull, a lot of ours are team-based, like on our charts. A lot of teams in North, I don't know about you guys, but Virginia, but even when we come down here, like, I've coached against so many of you guys in here over the years, and like just in the last couple of years, man, I don't even want to mess with Dirk and Wando, they've been doing it for years, but like, right here at the Mingo Bay a couple years ago, Brian Anderson, North Myrtle, that was an epic game, epic battle last year, Stratford, James Island was 5. Those guys, you got to be able to play accordingly. We've got to play the shift a little bit. So the overshift is nothing more than we're going to play our right-handed batter, third baseman on the line. Shortstop's going to be in the 6 hole. Second baseman is going to be over the bag. Just give it to you. He's going to be over second. Even with the runner on second, he's going to hold from behind. Our first baseman literally moves over and is in the 4 hole. Our pitcher, that becomes vital. Our pitchers have to be athletic. God knows we've got to. I don't call them pitcher onlys. I call them pitcher athletes. Okay, because pitcher onlys think they're going to sit around and pick up balls all day. No, they're going to be running or doing something to get more athletic. But so what you'll do is you can really frustrate teams, and we've turned a ton of double plays, balls that were in the 6, that were in that 5.5 hole that should have been. We're not going to give up that double out of line because again, 6 out of 9 hitters usually are just average hitters in high school. The good teams will have 5, 6, 7 hitters. I like to tell our guys we want to have 12 to 15 because if our 8th and 9th guy are better than the other team's 5th, 6th, 7th guy, we're going to be in great shape every single time. All right. So our under call is the opposite. Right-handed batter will play first baseman on the line, second baseman over, shortstop over second, third baseman will be on the grass, but he'll be over because we've still got to defend that bunt. Okay. So we actually work on it. The only thing that's going to be tricky for you guys if you haven't done it is your second baseman, like on a double play ball when they're over, you know, he's going to be covering. Like you're not going to get the true double play from a double play depth standpoint. So, okay, so our second baseman take double plays from every side. If the shortstop's over, left-handed batter, same thing. So he'll take the ground ball. If the ground ball's a third, he's going to turn double play from the third baseman. So you just got to account for that stuff. Perfect Warhawk, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you all these. That is 18 throws. Every outfielder will start when we compete against the clock, okay? And every ball will start with a ball in front, every player, outfielder, ball in front of their foot, with right fielder going to short, short to third. There's no tags, and you're going to time it. The best we've ever done. My team, I took this from Rick Jones at Tulane years ago. To the first time we ever did it was that national title team, 2002 team. They thought I was crazy when we did it. We broke it out, and but 2007 is the best team. I had all Division I infielders. We did it in 28.9, which was ridiculous. But again, our outfielders were probably a little shorter then. But if you can do it, knock it out in 33, 34 seconds, that you're kicking butt. And the other thing is called perfect for a reason. If they drop a ball, okay, and if they make a mistake, okay, every guy's touching the ball. So it's 18 perfect throws. Every guy touches the ball. And again, if it drops, if it gets away, now they can pick with one hop. If it stays at the rhythm of the drill stage, you keep doing it, okay? But man, I'll tell you what, they love to compete on that drill. Count up is another one I took from Rick Jones, and that's just our infielders. We call it freestyle. They love doing it. They just throw the ball around. They can go anywhere they want. Catcher is just infielders, no outfielders. They'll roll the ball out front. You'll see them do it. It's really cool, and they communicate. And it builds a few things: trust, athleticism. They have to be instinctive, kind of feel for where the next throw is going. Time double plays, great drill. That's one that's been on the circuit. I spoke on that one years ago in Texas, and that one went viral. That's a good one. That's also how many double plays we can turn in 2 minutes. There's a sequence to it. Mississippi State outfield, I took from Coach Polk from his book. It's a great way to get a ton of outfield work. Piedmont infield, took that from Piedmont University. Actually watching my son in Lynchburg play, I just was really impressed. It was 2 coaches hitting infield work. I thought it was 10 minutes. And you want to make another team look bad in a pregame infield session, break out Piedmont because it's so meticulous, okay? And then the multi-purpose drills, which I'm sure you guys have. So, all right, let's get into that. So this one's perfect warm. Again, it's hard to see. I don't know if the lights have to help, but okay, so this is starting from right field. He picks, when you say go, you start the clock. And there's no sound in this, so you'll see. Okay, no tags. Okay, short to second, second to first, first to catcher. Catcher throws down to second. That's usually where somebody screws it up. Hopefully your second baseman gets one up. Then the center fielder goes shortstop to third, third to second, second to first, first, okay, catcher, another throw down. Now we go from left field. We back him up to make that little deeper throw to the shortstop, okay, third base, third to second. So again, it's 18 total throws. It's got to be done perfect. Again, Not everything's gonna be perfect. Notice some guys are getting up, but they have to pick each other up. So that's perfect world, okay? Again, all these drills are on that QR code, and they explain themselves. Okay, if you have any questions too, I'll give you my number, you can call, that's all I do is talk baseball. I love doing it. So, okay, this is a counter drill. I love the communication, so hopefully you guys can hear something. Catcher calls it out, they tell each other where they're going. They can do anything, throw ground balls, pop flies. This was in the fall, it looks absolutely atrocious. So, and I actually get JV guys on here doing this too, but you'll get the feel for it. And all I'm doing, every 5 throws, I'm counting out loud, 5, 10, 15, 20, okay? The record my 2002 team pulled out before we went to the state tournament, they knocked out 238 of them without a drop. And the legs start going, or they'll start getting lazy, and you may have one where like, you won't get 7 throws out before somebody screws it up. Once they get into a rhythm, man, it just rolls. But again, it's giving them the ability to make plays that they might not see in the game, but they love it. We actually, that year in 02, we used this as our pregame warm-up. We used to do a 42 ground ball where we did this to get loose. So that's count up. This is time double plays. Again, the video is not real good, but you'll get the gist. Okay, we start with a 5-4-3, then we go to a 6-4-3. Okay, then we go to a 1-1-6-3. Okay, you missed the 6-4-3, but again, we'll come back pitcher to catcher, and then we'll finish with the first baseman taking one. And again, the sequence is there, and you just keep repeating it. And for everyone that gets turned cleanly, you count it. If it doesn't, you just keep going, but you don't count it. So again, well, I know we're cooking with gas. We do 18 in 2 minutes. When we turn 18 to 20 double plays in 2 minutes. And again, it's just tempo and just really good efficiency, and let's protect the baseball. So. Mississippi State outfield, okay? Again, you're going to go second base, third base, second base, third base. So if you have 2 outfielders each spot, or 3, so if you have 3, you go second, third, second. Then when you go right to the center fielder, whatever you just finished, you go to the next base. So it's 2-3, 2-3, 2-3. This is a great way early in the season to get a lot of outfield work, get your ankles, we work a lot of 1-hops. That was the 3. Again, this was late fall that year, so it was it looked like shit too. You see the band lines on the field is awful, but that's better than football practice on. Then it just, once you get to the right field, you come back and you tell your outfielders to flip. So if the first guy had second last time, he should take 3 this time. And it just keeps moving like that. You get a ton of throws, ton of work in a minimal amount of time. Okay, this is Piedmont infield. Again, hopefully this makes sense. This wasn't great. It just, I had one of my assistants in most of the hitters working on fungo. There's one of our outfield young coach who handles fungo well when there's two hitters going. Ground ball nice again. Ton of ground balls, ton of work. We go, it's just 2 ground balls, third, short, second, we go to 1. Then the sequence will take you, and this is, we've already done in pregame, we've already done our outfielders. This is just the infield segment. We go normal outfielders, go to 2, go to 3 in the home. When we go to the infield, this is where we go. It's pretty cool to break this out during playoff time too, in 10 minutes at our place in pregame at infield. So after you go, everybody goes to first, you go for a couple rounds of that, then we go to double plays, 5-4-3s and 6-4-3s, then we flip to 4-6-3s right now. Again, just get a ton of work, really focusing on the reps. Our catchers are throwing down, but it's all on that. Again, use that QR code, and everything's typed out for you. All right, multi-purpose. Again, you guys all have multi-purpose, I'm sure. This first one, our multi-one, we added 4 a couple years ago. I love it because it works the outfielders in it. This is our turf field, middle of town. We're going to need this because we get 16 inches of snow. I don't even get on my field probably until March because we just go to the middle of town. We have a turf field that we get to use every day, Monday through Friday. It's pretty cool. Northern Virginia, you need that. Okay, so everybody else, all the other schools in the area are pissed, but oh well. So There's a multi-purpose one, catcher throws down to short, short cuts in behind the mound. We have a relay tag play at the plate while we're getting a PFP at first base. Okay, then we do slow roll to third. This is multi-two, where first baseman turns two. On the PFP, catcher threw down to third there for a tag play. This is multi-three. Catcher snaps like he's throwing a short first baseman. Okay, we're going with a 1-2-6-3 double play followed by a 5-4-3 double play. This is multi-four. This is the one with the outfield. PFP, then first baseman rolls to right, right comes up, and he's going to shoot to third base. Okay, through our cut. Okay, then we're going to go, we ground ball that side, cut the lead runner third, we throw the ball to left. He's going to shoot to second base. And then this one, catcher here, or you can go pitcher to first base side, but catcher throws a two. I like doing catcher. This is much easier. Then center fielder is going to come back, and he's going to throw a dime to the plate. Well, that's not a dime because all our kids were playing football at the time. So that was a JV. So those are our four multi-purposes. Again, you've got them all right there. So again, I'm just going through it quick so you guys can see them. You can incorporate those any way you want. That's how we practice. We don't stand around. We're going to, that's our conditioning, and I want my guys having all the time to feel the tempo and the pace and have their head on swivel and know where to be there on time. Okay, these are awesome team competitions. I've had this conversation. This is when I was talking to Eric Backus last night. Eric texted me 3 times a day to get the sequence, so he must like it. And I literally flew down. I like to go down and watch different college coaches. So over the years, I'll go down and just pick them and say, hey, what do you got going this week? So I went down and saw Corbin a couple years ago. My younger son is now playing D3 ball. We went, and he's like, you got to come 2 weekends from now because we're doing the Skins game. I've been working on this for a while. Because you're going to love it. And so we went down to Vandy, and it was just watching him run a practice is ridiculous because of his energy. But he's so meticulous. But the Skins game is real simple. It's, okay, if you've ever played golf or played the Skins game, okay, you win every inning. So we're going to start with the sequence. And like I said, when you check that QR code, it's there. So let's say the first inning is 5 pitchers. We'll let pitchers throw 3 innings. We'll play for 9. You can do 7 or 5 if it's in season. If you want to get your extra guys, the guys aren't throwing much in season work, do it. Okay, keeps them sharp. My players go crazy on this. We give winning team gets breakfast burritos, losing team runs like a dog. Okay, old school, normal. Okay, so what it is, so the first sequence might be, it can be whatever you want to be, but I work off of Coach Corbin's. We go nobody on, nobody out. Okay, just play it straight. Next inning, we'll go, okay, runner on second, 1 out. Next inning, we'll go first or third, okay, we'll go first or third, 2 outs, or we'll go first or third, 1 out. You mix it so the pitcher's not going to be in a situation where he has to throw too much, okay? But we're getting that work. So we'll do some no outs, some 1 out, some 2 out situations. As the season goes on, what we'll do, like Saturdays, this is great. We play Friday. This is a great chance for me to rest a couple of my older guys, the studs, and let those younger guys who aren't seeing as much time get work. We carry a bigger roster. Okay, so anyway, the Skins game, what was awesome is if those Skins start to carry over, they tie. You play until somebody wins that inning. Like they're playing until they win. If there's 3 outs, they tie. It carries over. Okay, so if it carries over, they tie 2 or 3 innings. By the 4th inning, you might have 3 skins. It's worth 4 skins. And if you win that situation, your team goes up 4-0. Just put it on the scoreboard. Okay, so they get after it. We let them talk. We let them get after each other because we want to create that. We might even fuel the fire a little bit, okay? Ground ball. And the other thing is I let my coaches, my assistants coach it because I want them to get that work and have to make those decisions because, again, a lot of them are going to end up being head coaches. If there's days that I want to see what we do, I'll take my best lineup and play it against we call it Globetrotters versus the Generals, and I'll give it to one of my coaches and say, take that team. I'm going to play like we play. I want you to play like the team we got coming Friday night. This is what we all know each other's tendencies, okay? Ground ball, line drive scrimmage, jack-legged Clemson. We turn this into line drive scrimmage, okay? It is what it is, and I'm going to share this with you in the next thing we talk about, and you'll see why. I've heard a lot of talk about launch angle this weekend, which is great, okay? My big thing is, you talk to any pro guy, like I said, I've had the last couple of years, Tommy Slater was hitting coach with Mets, Chili Davis. Those guys are coming in and working with my players on Thursdays, so they don't have to hear me. I'll bring them in different times, and they'll tell you point blank. They told my guys last year. Because one of my kids said, well, what do you guys think about launching? They said 90-12. That's their 90-12, 80-12. My kid's like, what? 90-mile-an-hour fastball, 12 degree, okay? That's a line drive, that's a base hit in Major League Baseball unless you hit it right at somebody. That's a base hit. In high school, that's a base hit, it's a line drive, okay? Doesn't matter. It's been 12 degrees, that's where we're getting square on the baseball. If you work in the middle of the field, there's only one defender, center fielder, pitcher's fighting for his life, okay? You want to get on base, that's where we're going to live. And if we hit ground balls, I'll share the numbers with you, you'll be staggered. There's only one stat we keep, and I'm telling you, it's been the key for us offensively. Again, like you guys, every year it changes. Some years you got bangers. Okay, last year I had some bangers in the middle of my lineup. I had a bunch of lefties, and they're all, one was the player of the year, like that you saw Nico earlier. We also have table setters. I'm a big believer in that, okay? But we're gonna focus again on base. This year's gonna be a little different. We're gonna have a lot of speed. We didn't have a lot of speed last year. So you gotta get, we can play it either way. But like Coach said this morning, you know, we can still be a good offensive team if we don't bang the ball. I don't care about that. Okay, we'll run and hit more, we'll do some stuff, we'll play short game. But the ground ball line drive scrimmage is what it is. And it's 4 teams, team A, B, C, and D. I'll put the 2 top teams against each other, infielders. I'll split those, my 1s and 2s. Then I'll put my outfielders, they get to play infield, they love it. And we'll play coach pitch in this because it's really about getting them to fly around and compete. And so at 3 outs, they sprint over to wait in the on-deck circle. On the other field, their gloves are over there. The group that's on deck runs on to play defense. The group that's on defense runs over to be on deck to hit, get ready, and then they're not allowed to walk anywhere, okay? And so again, but when we do line drive scrimmage, we'll point, like ground ball scrimmage, you hit a line drive, it's not an out, it's nothing. If you hit a fly ball, it's an out. There's no outfielders, by the way, okay? So we're really trying to hit hard ground balls there, and thump balls, okay? When we do the line drive scrimmage now, it's a different point system. Ground ball, okay, if you hit the L screen, by the way, if it's a line drive off the L screen, okay, they still have to run it out. We're not gonna play that live, but like we'll go 2 points for a line drive, 1 for a ground ball. You get 3 points for a run scored, and it's only 1 base at a time. So they have to start putting it together. First time you play it, the first round's gonna be ugly, but then they're gonna start putting up some points because, again, they'll figure it out, okay, challenge them. But again, I'm giving you a quick synopsis of this. But man, they fly around, they play with energy, they attack the field, we sprint on the field, we sprint off, we call it 7/8 speed. You know, you're not gonna sprint full speed everywhere you go, but we're gonna be 7/8, just under that. Okay, hybrid scrimmage, all that is, I hate standing around. We got a scrimmage, it's part of it. I just can't stand when pitchers have to get loose, when it takes 10 minutes in between innings. So we do 2 pitchers for both sides, 3 outs, 3 outs, 3 outs, they rotate, okay, that's our hybrid. And we never step, when the pitcher steps back on, his ass better be ready to go. Like it's on, we play, okay? Maybe 1 warm-up pitch and we're gone, okay? But again, that's our hybrid scrimmage. We can get a lot more work in. I can't stand, they lose their focus, you know, a little bit of it when they have to sit around and get a little lazy. FSU base running, again, QR code this one. These are these drills, okay? FSU base running, awesome, okay? Team, it's not Florida State either, you'll figure it out. Okay, team offense, great one, situational 1 pitch, the best way I've ever done situational hitting. It incorporates everybody. Warhawk hitting competition, which is more cage work we do on the field too, where we have a point system. Bunt wheel, the bunt wheel is what it is. We have 4 spots set up, home, first, second, third with L screens, and we have a different coach there, and we'll work on base hit bunt here, sacrifice bunt, safety squeeze, suicide, whatever it is, we're going to work on that bunt wheel. Okay, we do that early in the season. Bunt 2 base running, we bunt quite a bit in practice. 4x2 base running circuit, which is really cool. We start practice with that. I like to do base running first. We do base running every day. And the 4x2 just means that we're going to go 2 minutes, okay, per group. It takes 8 minutes to do it. Home to first, hard 90. First, we'll work on fake steel, SPS, like Coach was talking about this morning. We do sell that. We do it all the time. Where we deep second base, will work on shuffle to break. Third base, these are just, you can mix up whatever you want, okay? Then oppo taco. We'll play a game where if you pull the baseball, we'll put a rope. We have a rope that runs from our fence in. Anything to that side of the rope. And I'll tell you this, best high school player I've ever seen, not coached, ever seen. A lot of people ask me this, was Bryce Eldridge the best player you've ever had? He was the most talented player we've had. Okay, you don't get to the major leagues when you're 20 years old, but he's also 6'8" and athletic as hell. And he was playing down here for a couple times hand in hand. He also threw 97, which helped him be a first rounder. But James Triantos, 21, hit 725 coming out of COVID. But when he's a senior, he left high school after his junior year. I told him there's nothing more for you to do. Won 21 state title. Okay, he reclassed as an 8th grader. He upclassed. He's going into his senior year. Some of you guys may know he played down here in that fall. The weekend he decided to upclass that he was going to come out in the draft when it was announced, and he played the tournament like the Diamond Devils or something in Charleston, and he ended up going 15 for 15 that weekend. And his first 2 hits were ground ball shortstop, ground ball second, that he literally beat out, not errors. He played like his hair was on fire. So he hit 725. And the great thing about James was he went perfect in the state championship on short rest against a tremendous team. He looked at me that morning and said, if they don't get on base, they can't run. Just remember that, Coach. I know you're worried about their running game. It's not even coming to play tonight. So I'm like, he was one of the kids who could back it up. So he went perfect till 2 outs. Only pitch that he shook my pitching coach off all night was 2 outs to a 3-hitter. He blew off the 94-mile-an-hour fastball he had. He threw the hammer. Kid hits over center field wall. But James also had the solo home run and scored the other run. We win 2-1. He actually laughed at me. He told me, "Sit down." He goes, "Coach, it's over." Threw 3 fastballs at 93, 94, and we're out of there. That's the one the dog pile you saw. So it was nice to have that. So this is situational 1 pitch. Okay, you'll get a feel for it. So you've got a runner on every base. Okay, you tell them, all right, there's a runner on every base, and I will announce. I mix it up every day, and I'll say, okay, hitter, I'm going to give you a sequence. This first one, you're going to go run and hit. We do a lot more run and hit than hit and run. I don't want to I want my guys doing damage. Okay, so we're working on line driving gaps. Okay, I'll say first baseman, you're going SPS, which means fake steal. Second, every time they go, because they're going to advance every 1 pitch. And the other thing is, if they swing it a garbage pitch just because they want to swing, they become selfish. I just tell them hit the foul pole. They know better. They've got to do it. They got to spit on the pitch if it's not there. But you have to have a coach that can throw strikes because you want them swinging the bat. Okay, I'll say second, you're going to go shuffle the break. Runner on third, playing corners up, 1 out read, corners up, middle back. And so I just give them situations. And so you can I'll do 5 per day. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Like this kid stops, you'll see in a second. You'll see how he starts work back. Like that's a mistake, can't do that on the situation. Why is he doing that, right? So what we do, every kid has a helmet. That's the other thing too. We have white helmets, they all wear their helmet. And this way, okay, this one we're working on base hit, bunt, third base side. And they don't even have to coincide. You can literally, we might bunt at home, work on bunt for base hit, third base side. Runner on first, maybe shuffling the steal or dirt ball read. Okay, it's however you want to do it. But this is a great way. I put a coach on each base. We're teaching, coach them up, and we want them to make decisions and correct it right there. Okay, this is FSU base running. 5 runners, 1 in each box. Right-handed box, left-handed box. Love this. Okay, we do this quite a bit. Okay, runner on first with lead, second on lead, third on lead. What you're going to find is this guy out of the box, the other guys are way behind because guys are going to come hauling in. This guy here, oh, I got a laser pointer. That's right, I can do that. This is big time. Okay, so this guy's going to go second. He's going to go to second on double. This guy's going to let him get a head start. And then he's going to run through first base and break it down. Runner on first is going first to third. Runner on second is shuffling secondary. He's trying to catch the guy from third on the race to the plate. The guy on third is secondary, tag, score. Okay? So here we go. I mixed up. First guy was running through the bag. Second guy goes double. My fault. But it's on the QR code. Not a great job of running stride through the base, but they're competing here too. That's a pitcher athlete running. Not very athletic. So that's FSU base running. And what you do is 1 time through, they get all 5 guys get to every spot. So they'll tell you, hey coach, this is our last one. All right, then you decide, do I want to do it again? It's Chris, I tell them, break down bag. 1 guy overruns the bag, or they get lazy, they lose focus, we'll start again. Or we'll take it a second time. Okay, we're almost there. Top team exotic competitions, late game, 2T drill, love it. Stole this from Brian O'Connor, University of Virginia, is now Mississippi State. They hit off the tee all the time. Okay, late game 2T, we're going to put a tee on the inside part, out in front, outside third. And if I tell them the hitter walks up, I'll have a catcher back here, I'll literally look at the hitter and I'll say in, middle, away, where we're hitting. I won't say pull, I'll just say in, middle, away. If I tell them middle, they'll set up the inside part, which is back off the plate, and go line drive middle. Okay? we're gonna play here, we're gonna have runners at second and third stacked, okay, because I don't wanna wait. So we're gonna go runners at second and third, infield's up, okay? And now what's happened, we're trying to, so if I say, you know, if we go in, we're pulling the baseball. If we go middle, we're driving back up. We do put our pitcher out there, we stand them behind the mound and tell them if the ball comes at your head, duck. No, we just tell them get out of the way, okay? And then we go to right field as well, all right? So again, it's late game defense, it's awesome. It's cutting runners down, it's them having to make decisions. We'll work in, our third base coach will tell them, hey, we're going on contact here. The Japanese love to run, even with infield in on contact. It's something you got to practice. It's something we took from them during the World Games. I thought it was incredible. So these are different situations we can do in late game. The other thing is, a lot of times guys won't backdoor the second baseman. So if there's nobody at first, we'll get out there. High throw comes in, we're walking into second base. So we're getting base running, we're getting infield, outfield. I mean, you do it, but we're also getting directional hitting off the tee, which I love. Okay, my pick segments, we will break it down. Today we're going to start practice with stealing second. We'll have base runners, outfielders, backup infielders, and it's just part of it. If we're going to defend 90 feet, last year we did a great job. I mean, we absolutely shut down the running game, and when we got left-handers, it's easier, but we are right-handed pitchers. We did a great job because we probably put as much emphasis because we knew we'd be good defensively on this, okay? And so then we'll go to second and third. Okay, we'll also work rundown drill in with that too. You can do that on top of it. So first and third competition, we have points. We have a point competition for that. First and third defense is vital. We don't want to go up the run. We're not, again, I like to say home plate is gold, okay? So blue ribbon is first base. I tell my guys, bronze is second place, silver is third, gold. We're not giving up gold. We'll give up a blue ribbon, okay? We'll even give up the bronze, but we're not going to give up gold. You're going to have to earn that, okay? Bad ball, web gem, infielders. When we do ground ball work, I got Brent Weiss. Walt Weiss played the big leagues. His nephew is my infield coach. He's as good as it gets, man. I paid a lot of money to take him from a private school, personal, but it was the best investment I've ever made. Okay, now he just had his 5th kid, so he ain't leaving either. So that's good. He's got some time. But bad ball, web gem. One of the things he loves to do is we will literally do bad ball. They'll field it, they'll drop it, they'll pick it up. No panic. We're going to throw a ball. If he's safe, he's safe. But you got to work on that, okay? Because so many kids speed up and their clock starts to really jump. The other one is web gem. We'll play infield up, and he's got to have a good fungo hitter. But we're going to smoke ground balls. They're going to dive. They're going to get their feet. And even if the ball gets through, we still have them get their feet and get in the wrong position. So they learn how to get into an athletic stance. Okay, they love that. Okay, but they don't love it when it's February though. It's 14 degrees. Okay, yeah, evolution. Here we go. This is where we're going to wrap on this one. The player. Okay, every player is different. Their why is different. I have a baseball academy. We have 45 teams, MVP baseball. I mean, we have 780 kids in the facility this winter right now that we're training throughout Northern Virginia. Okay, I've got a ton of high school coaches that are great friends. We're all in it together. The facility it's 4 full length tunnels. We hit, we do pitching, we do it all. But we ask those young kids, 12 and under, why do you play? I love it. I do this all the time. I say, hey, at the end of a session, their parents are, I'll say, why do you play? Every one of them will say, because it's fun. Because it's fun. If a kid tells you, because my dad makes me, not good. Okay? He's going to be playing lacrosse or soccer soon. All right, but the why is going to change when they get to 13, I'm telling you. Because then they're going to be like, because I want to make my high school team. Well, is it still fun? Yeah. Well, the fun's always got to be there. Okay? When they get to high school, you know, in our places, oh, I want to win championships. Or I want to play in college. I want to see how far I can take this. I want to see how good I can be. So it's our responsibility. So we get a lot of kids. I get an early start with them. So when we go in this next discussion, which when we're going to talk about offense, I think you guys are going to love it because I'm going to talk about the evolution of the hitter, which is something we really believe in, and simplifying to a firm base. Okay? And then you go to the team. The team's important every year, Mark. We take pride, but the program is where it's at. We have to make decisions based, just like all you guys, what's best for the player, what's best for the team. Okay? We got good problems. We got some talented young players. We're probably as deep young as we've ever been. Okay? Which is great, but they still have to learn the way we do it. They still have, you know, there's a big difference between, you guys know this, 15-year-old physicality and 18-year-old physicality. Okay? No different in college. All right, just high school, it is different because it's high school, but when I say that, like, we run a college league up back home, we have a Cap 1, and I had to learn that. Like, I thought, man, 18-year-old freshman phenom from high school, he's still not as good as that junior because he's not as physical. It's mainstream. just different, you know, we crush it away from it. But you have to make those decisions, but ultimately, we got to do what's best for our program. So my JV coach is incredible. We play, all my coaches, a lot of them play for me. So they're invested. And so Robbie will go, hey man, I can't. It's no reason for me to have this kid this year. You got to take him. You got to play. He started for us as a freshman. If they start for us as a freshman, we bump. We have certain standards we believe in. I just had a kid from Cali. He's the #1 rated 8th grader coming out of California for whatever that means, right? His dad's going to the Pentagon. We get him in. I'm getting calls on him already. And he's talented. He's yes or no sort of coachable as hell, but again, he's got to learn our way. So he might be too good for JV, but am I going to really sit him behind Dorsey? Because I got the best shortstop in Virginia. Like, I don't know. These are decisions we're going to have to figure out. So, but we're going to make decisions based on what's best for the player and the program. And I tell the parents that. My line of communication, meet the coach night at the beginning of the year for all the young coaches is the most important night you can have. It's the night where they probably leave there going, this guy's a total asshole. All right, and that's okay. But I don't think I like that fun. I like to have my parents involved. But I'm going to tell them all, I don't come to your job and tell you how to do it. I don't come to your job and tell you how to sell cars. You do insurance. Oh, you're an accountant. Oh, you're a lawyer. I don't. I'm a baseball coach. I've been doing it a long time. And if you, I haven't had a parent coming to meet with me about playing time in 25 years. Because I tell them, I'm going to give you the answer tonight. Every kid in here has been an all-star. We come from a town where Little League baseball's huge. We're a town of people. And it's great because everybody knows everybody. The bad part is everybody knows everybody. Okay? And so I tell them, if your son, you want to come in and meet with me, you can. If it's something that can help us with the program or something fundraising-wise. But if you come in to talk about playing time, be prepared. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. But I'm going to tell it to you now. If your son's not starting at any level, it's because we think the kid follows better. It's that simple. We want to win. And that's the answer you're going to get if you come in, no matter how you want to look at it. But every day in practice, they get a chance to compete, to be that guy. And trust me, we want him to be that guy. Okay? And so anyway, we leave there, and that night I might hurt some feelings, but it's the honeymoon's over that night. Okay? Paint the picture in preseason, high definition, man, HD. I tell my guys, anything we can see today in high definition, I set the finish line, top of the mountain. Okay? We're on 7 right now, 7th state championship in school history. We leave, break every huddle, hunt 7. You know, well, aren't you afraid that's going to let them down if they don't know? Our goal is simple. We want to win the last game. We win our last game, okay, it's been, and again, what Cincinnati just did, huge. I don't care if you've been not like them, I don't care who you're a fan of, but what Prinetti did, that story is phenomenal because they didn't have the 4 and 5 star. Now they had a bunch of 24-year-olds, okay, but they've been together. Staff was together from Indiana University to Elon to JMU to Indiana, okay, but they built it, and that was a program, and they were fundamentally a great team. I'm not a fan, I just thought I was a fan of the way they pulled it off. Add the days, the weeks, and months, that's what goes into a season. Like right now, we're going to kick the shit out of today, back home in the weight room. It's Burnout Friday. Our kids call it Puke and Rally Day, okay? That's them, not me, okay? But it is teaching them something for college because you're going to rally, all right? And so that's our job as educators is to teach them how to deal with success later in life, all right, and failure. So the chip, collect receipts, I want it, and I listen. My kids, they do it. I just tell them, if I see it here, we're talking, we're not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. Now, when we play, we compete, we're going to get into it. We're going to get after it. That's why I love coming down here, man. There are some tough places to play. I'm going to challenge them at every level, okay? But again, I just tell them, take receipts, man. Just remember what that guy said. Like, we got a school that we played them last year. They didn't want to play this year. They're going to be pretty good. They're coming down here. We're going to play. We'll probably see them hand in hand for that tournament that we're doing one the week before. It's the 12th team at the Shipyard. And I said, we'll see where it plays out because on the 23rd of February when we start, not everybody's talking as much. Okay? I remind them all the time, 2023, we were ranked 18th in the state by PBR. I think because we don't spend enough money. But we won the state championship. My kids were pissed. Coach, 18th? Come on, man. They're 17. I go, prove it. Do so. I loved it. They just handed me everything I needed, collect receipts, okay? And then win. Okay, what's important now? The in-season. That's what, once we get in there, man, every day, one day at a time, we're just going to add the days. We're going to compound them successful days. So, all right, Mark Pudge, Gjormand, there's a QR code. It's got the full drill package, everything if you need it again. Okay, James Madison, it's got everything up there. You're going to see, we're going to talk at the beginning. We'll take a break if you need it, or we just roll. We're right on schedule. GBCM Pro, that's this thing right here on the back, just so you know. I'm going to do this right now. Okay? Everybody, I think Eddie handed these cards out. I appreciate these guys doing that. If you QR code, it's going to take you to our landing page. Easy as pie, okay? Anybody want to take a shot? Today, everything's expensive today, right, Coach? 2 Domino's pizzas, large. How much are they, you know? I'm a fat guy, so I can tell you.
Give me $20.
20 bucks? Anybody, you get 2 large 20, right? 50 bucks. 50 bucks, right? For your with tip well, okay? All I'm telling you is this: parents, players can come on. They don't get total access, but it's $25, okay, for the year. $50, 2 Domino's pizzas if you're a coach. It's like LinkedIn for college, pro, and high school coaches, travel coaches, little league. We got 30 plus little leagues that have signed their coaches up for coaches education. We share content. It's an online community. You can have an app on your phone. I started with myself, Billy Wagner, Tommy Slater, Todd Fitzgerald. We've got 40 different coaches from around the country. We've had tremendous success, college and high school. And we literally just, you go on there, there's practice plans there, and all our members, you come on. We want you to share content. All you have to do is send to us, and our staff will put it up. So again, we're getting called. I'm on the phone all day, every day with college coaches or coaches around the country saying, hey, can you explain, can we talk about this drill? Hey, what about, I do this drill, and because we want as much as we can, because that's what's made us successful. So again, but what I will tell you is we do every other Monday night, we do Monday Night Baseball Talk Live. We've had Chipper Jones talking hitting was our first guy. Chipper came on, Tom Glavine, Tim Corbin. We had Schlossnagle 2 weeks ago, University of Texas. We've had Posner, Bryce Eldridge, Jimmy Jackson, pitching coach at Maryland. Billy Wagner came on talking about his Hall of Fame experience. Okay, this Monday night we got Will Clark coming on. I don't know if you guys know who Will Clark is, but Will Clark is going to be a handful. Like, so Billy, myself, Michael Kadire, we have a bunch of former MLB guys. And the MLB guys love being a part of this network because they don't need to, they're doing pretty well off money-wise. And Ryan Zimmer came in our office, he was a guest in December, he said, but you know, I don't want to die because I just got to tell my wife I got a job because she says I'm playing too much golf. So because we just want to get back to baseball, man. We want to keep the game real, forget about bringing the boxes at these middle school tournaments, the games, or kids. You know, we don't want to be the no-fun place, but there's a place for it. But there's a lot, you know, talking smack. You go to a weekend travel series in middle school baseball. So we're going to try to keep the game real, and we want all the high school, college kids to be involved in that. And so, anyway, it's real. This thing's growing like wildfire. So if you want to be a part of it, just your QR code. But I will tell you this: the Monday Night Live, you can jump on for free. Just go to the landing page this Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. It says an hour, but when Billy starts going and Kadire and myself, we will go, and like the night we had Chili Davis on, we could have gone until 3 in the morning. His hitting stuff was phenomenal. You can, if you're a member, you can go back and watch all 18 episodes we've already done. And they're all, it's phenomenal. So anyway, I would just tell you that. Hopefully you guys will want to come. We'd love to have all kinds of coaches in the state of South Carolina be a part of this. We got coaches from Japan. We got guys that come on Monday Night Live in South Korea at 6 in the morning. Hung Jin, he's a regular. Okay, so anyway, there it is. Do you